Hello everyone! Start off by taking this piece of cloth, then afterwards cut it out and then make it as even as possible. Now make sure that there are no actual rough ends. You may use a cloth chalk before you entirely cut it off. Now as you can see, we are continuing to go on with it. As we go on with it, there are no more rough edges left. Now take your pieces and then slowly put them one on top of the other. Do the same for the top pieces of it as well. Make these strips out of it. Now stitch it in order to make the top and the shorts accordingly. Take a square piece of cloth, fold it over diagonally, then take the left edge and then fold it more towards the right, make it overlap as well. Now cut it out in the slightly curved shape. Now do the same on the other side as well. Afterwards cut off the edge of it. Now once you open it out ever so slightly, make sure that you make a slightly wide cut before you do so. Fold the top ends over downwards and then afterwards stitch the two pieces together. Next, we'll start off by taking these pants, then cut off the upper elastic bits of it. Cut straight through the center as such and then remove this portion of it. Using a cloth chalk, make these two markings and cut it out accordingly. Now afterwards, slowly begin to stuff cotton into it and then stitch the rest of the place left. Now you may use this as a pillow. Begin to stitch it in the middle in random instances and then this is what it will look like. Taking the second part of it, use it as a hand warmer. Take a sleeve and then afterwards fold it over and then slowly start stitching in the next mark into it. Now afterwards, taken from the top, we fold it down and diagonally as such. As for the other side, we fold it diagonally and make it reach onto the other side of the stitch. In the middle of each of these stitches, add a stitch right in the middle. Next, take the outer portion of the fan and then cut out the circular shape of the cloth. Afterwards, slowly begin to stitch each of these together. Reverse the side of this and then make the square design out of it. Once you have made the square design, then afterwards, you may spread it out ever so slightly and then begin to stitch one side of it. Now as for the other side, fill it with cotton and then afterwards stitch the ending bits of it as such. Wrap it around the rest of the pillow as well. Next, take this piece of cloth, fold it over horizontally, stitch it together as such. Afterwards, take some elastic and then stitch the elastic within this cloth as such. Make multiple folds to it and after you've made multiple folds to it, take the bottom edge and then fold it downwards. Now afterwards, this is what it should look like. Next, we'll start off by taking the bottom edge and then afterwards adding the elastic to this. Next, with a turtleneck, fold it over 2 times over. Afterwards, begin to make a hemming stitch to it. This will be a V-shaped stitch rather. As you're making the V-shaped stitch, move from one side to the other. We will be moving vertically, however the stitch will be coming in this downward facing V shape as such. Finally, once you're done with it, make sure you go all the way around and then tie a knot to it so that it doesn't come unfastened. Next, in this case, we'll start off by taking a rectangular piece of cloth, fold it over multiple times, then make a diagonal cut to it as such. Now, afterwards, begin to draw out the other side of it or rather the layers, cut through it ever so slightly. Now, after this, you may take this little lace piece and then make the circular shape to it or rather the ovular shape to it. Afterwards, add elastic to the bottom as well. Next, as you can see, there's a hole in the pants for the heel. Start off by folding it inward as such, then take some green thread, then slowly begin to put the needle in and then out and then wrap the thread around it as such. Continue to go an entire circle out of it and once you reach the end of it, you may undo the stitching by going backwards. After this, the stitching will not be seen, however, it will still be there. Thank you for watching.